Fat Grandma here. This video is mostly going to be me griping about the post office, and it it's been kind of a nightmare anyway. And the other part of it is going to be just random talk about whatever. And then this box that's sitting here is some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff that I dug out of the garage and I'm going to be listing soon. So I thought I'd share that stuff. Anyway, first thing I'm going to do is talk to you guys about this item. This was in one of the restock boxes, and I told you guys I was going to try to use it for my cat in the garage. That was a complete waste of time. It puts air out, yes, but it only goes about maybe this far away from the little box, and you know, it's not a lot of air and there's not a lot of power behind it. It is cool, so it has migrated now to my desk. You can't see it, it's off camera, but I have it pointed at me so that when it gets over 80 degrees in my room, which it's been doing because it's been over 110 outside and my air conditioner is sad. Anyway, when it gets over 80 in here, I can turn that on, and it's close enough. It's just close enough to me that I can feel the air from it, and it does help. So if you need something that you can put within 2 feet away from you, and you know, have it at like face level or shoulder and head level, like on your desk or whatever, this is, I mean, it does help. You have to add water to it, and one of the buttons stopped working, so I mean, this thing is obviously not high quality, but it came in the box of stuff, and I'm glad I didn't try to sell it, because I would for sure have gotten this back, or I would have gotten negative feedback, one of the two. You know, I wouldn't want to sell this to anybody, but for me to just use it here. So what's happened with the cat is my mother decided that she was going to buy it's basically a swamp cooler on wheels, and we add 2.5 gallons of water to it about 3 times a day, and it blows cold air. Well, it's not cold, but it's cooler, but it only cools a small area. So we've got it pointed into the storage room that's off of the garage, and that room is probably, I'm gonna guess, maybe 15 by 10. Maybe it's bigger than that. Not much, though. There's a refrigerator out there, and some of my dad's old tools, and just a couple of storage things on one wall. It's not a big room, but his food and water is in that room, and he can get out of that room. You know, there's a bifold door that goes into that room that we leave open, and then we have the swamp cooler on wheels pointed into that room, and he can go past it and get in there. His food and water's in there. So, you know, half the time when I walk out in the garage, he's up on the cat tree in the hot part of the garage, not anywhere near the cooler. And, you know, other times I'll go out there and he's in that room, but it's because his food and water is in there. And he's like me, and he likes his groceries, so he goes in there to eat. Anyway, so he has been, you know, a little bit cooler, and this thing I'm using for myself when it's boiling in my room. And fortunately, I looked up the weather for the next 10 days. It's supposed to cool down just a little bit. It's going to be under 110. Excuse me. And when that happens, my AC tends to work better. Anything under like 110, 108, it works much better, and it doesn't get over 80 degrees in here. But it was up to 85 one day, and I thought I was going to die. I do not do well in the heat ever since I hit 50. I mean, before that, when I used to lay out in the sun, I grew up here in Arizona. I was born here. I used to lay out in the sun when I was a teenager and even up into my 30s and early 40s. I laid out in the sun and I would just bake myself. And, it'd be 110 outside and I'd be out there with the baby oil and all of it, never bothered me. And I hit 50 and all of a sudden I can't take the heat anymore. So, and I wasn't fat yet when I was 50. So, it's not the fatness that did it. It's something, my biology, my whatever, things changed and hormones and, all that good stuff that happens to women. And so, yeah, I can't take the heat anymore. If it's over, I think I've mentioned this before in one of my videos, if it's over 90, 95, 100 for sure. If I'm outside in the heat, I start to feel sick, like physically sick, like just, I can't. And when I'm in my room and I'm sitting in 85-degree temperature, even anything over 80, really, I start to feel drained after about an hour, and it's hard to stay awake. I just don't handle the warmer temperatures very well. I don't belong in Arizona anymore. So that's my next goal, is to get the hell out of here. Maybe not Arizona, but Phoenix for sure, because it sucks here and it's too hot and I can't take it anymore. So maybe someplace, Payson, Prescott, Cottonwood, somewhere where, it's not over 100 degrees for half the summer, or more than half the summer. Anyway, so that's that on the little cooler thing. Turned out to be beneficial for me. I don't know what was going on last summer. I think the air conditioner got changed out more toward the end of the summer, so it wasn't 110 or more outside, because I don't remember it getting over 80 degrees in my room. I have a thermometer in here. It's sitting up there on the plastic tote, that gray thing with a little window in it. That's where the numbers are, and I can constantly see what the temperature is in my room. I used to keep that outside. The last place that I rented, where I had a covered driveway, covered carport, and I kept it outside so that I could see what the temperature was when I was leaving to go places. But at least my car was parked in the shade, so the AC would work quick, Anyway, let me lose this box. The other fun thing that happened this week. Well, okay, a few weeks ago I went to my doctor. And I told you guys this wasn't just going to be about reselling and stuff. So, went to my doctor. It's the first visit I ever had with this particular doctor. And she went through the whole barrage of, have you had this done in the past however many years? The mammogram, the pap thing, all that stuff. And then the colonoscopy question came up, and I was like, nope, haven't had that done yet. So she wanted to schedule me to get one done, and the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't want to do that. I know I kind of need to because I'm old, but, the situation where I'm living, we have one bathroom that we share, my mother and I. It's not available to me more than a few minutes at a time because I never know when she's going to need to go in there. And we have a bucket situation in the kitchen where there's this leak under the sink, and she disconnected the pipe like a few years ago. So the pipe rotted in the ground, so now it can't be repaired. So now whenever we use the kitchen sink, she has to empty a bucket. Of course, the whole plumbing thing, she won't have a plumber come in. She doesn't want anybody strange that she doesn't know in the house. So we had one guy come in that I knew, and he looked at it, and the whole floor out to the yard is going to have to be torn up in this house to fix the plumbing. So she empties a bucket under the sink. She won't let me wash my hands in the bathroom because it clogs up the sink, whatever. Anyway, it's a whole thing. And back to the colonoscopy thing, I know from friends having it done that you have to prep for it, and you spend a lot of your time in the bathroom the day beforehand, and at least the day beforehand. I don't know if it goes on for 2 days or whatever, but you're pooping your brains out for for a while, and I couldn't I couldn't need the bathroom that much. So I called my doctor's office and asked if I could do that Cologuard thing. And so they ordered that for me. So I'm doing that instead. And so I had to do that this week. That was fun because everybody wants to walk in to prepare yourself. If you haven't done one before, you have to go into UPS with your little box with your poop in it. Was very embarrassing. I'm like, please don't let anyone know what I have in this box. I mean, I'm sure, fortunately for me, there was only like one other person waiting in line, and I got in there. I took it in one of my reseller bags that I shop, when I shop, or I take boxes to the post office. I have a couple of different shopping bags that I use. So I just stuck the box in one of those so that it wasn't just me walking in with a box. So I walked in with my bag and I took it out of the bag and handed it to the person. And it's all sanitary and protected and stuff, but still it's like this box that if you know what the symbol on this is on the outside of the box. So if people have seen this and they know, I don't know. Anyway, it was a whole thing in my head. It was pretty easy to do, and it's a decent sized box, and you have to leave the kit in the bathroom so that it'll be there when you need it. When you can go. And I couldn't leave it in the bathroom because my mother's in there all the time, and it's a small bathroom. There's not places to sit a box with stuff in it. So I had to keep it in my room, and I kept putting it off and putting it off. And finally I got a text from Cologuard, and they said, you have to do this test by Friday. So I did it on Thursday and yesterday, and I took it in, and well, now it's Saturday because it's after midnight, but I did it on Thursday, drove it right to UPS, dropped it off, and I'm done. So, barring any unforeseen weird results from the test, I won't have to go in and have a full-blown colonoscopy done. I don't want to. So I think I can throw all of this stuff away now. I don't know that there's any reason to keep it. I don't know why I even still had it, other than it was just sitting over here, and I thought, well, I'll share this on my video. So now you guys know more than you want to know about me. Anyway, okay, so the thing with the shipping, USPS, the post office, has pissed me off. Like, I had a stomach issue earlier in the week because I had got myself so worked up over it, and it felt like knives and fire in my stomach. And, the upper part of where your stomach actually is, like, right below your chest, your boobs, whatever, right below there, right in the middle. It felt like somebody had lit my stomach on fire and they were in there with knives, just, and I know it was because of all the stress from not only from my living situation, but then all of the shipping stuff added to it. And I don't know, back at the beginning of July, I think it was July 1st, because it was right before, I'm going to look at my calendar real quick. It was right before, it was July 1st. I sold a fairy on eBay, and she had a broken arm. Her arm had snapped off when she got packed when I moved 3 moves ago, because all my fairies have been in boxes, unpacked, just sitting for quite a while now, a few years. And she never got unpacked at the second place that I moved to, and then so they were just, all my stuff was packed up, so I figured I'd just sell it all on eBay. And when I opened her box to take photos, her arm was snapped off, and so I went ahead and took the pictures, and I listed her for pretty cheap. And I thought, if somebody can repair this, maybe it'll sell. I'll post a photo, of course, up here. I can never pick the right side of the camera that I'm trying to point to. Derp. Anyway, I will post photos or a photo of this particular fairy, and trying to see what the buyer paid for this item. They sent me an offer, because I had it listed for cheap anyway. Because these fairies, these bubble rider fairies, sell for around 60 or 70, sometimes more, on eBay, depending on which fairy it is and what time of year, and it's, where the market goes with prices and stuff. But I had this listed, I believe, for $14.99, and the guy sent me an offer for $9.99, and I was like, who else is going to buy this fairy? She's got a broken arm. Maybe someone can fix it and someone else can enjoy it. Fine. So I took the offer, and shipped the fairy the next day or the same day. I don't remember. It sold the 30th, so I shipped it the day after. Anyway, so he chose, because I was giving my customers the option of, for items that aren't as expensive, I was giving them the option of priority or parcel select, which is basically ground. And the buyer, because he didn't want to spend the money, chose parcel select. And since it was only a $10 item, I wasn't going to pay for the insurance. My customers pay shipping, and he didn't choose to put any insurance on it. So I just shipped it out, parcel select, on the 1st. The guy still has not gotten this freaking package. I had to wait because it wasn't priority. You have to wait until it's been like 2 weeks. It was like, I don't even know. It was an insane amount of time I had to wait before I could file a missing mail claim with the post office. And then in the end, they just said, well, I'm sorry, we don't know where it is. And that was basically, you're screwed, and, finger whatever. Um, you know, and because I have no insurance, and even if I did, you still have to prove how much the item is worth. You have to have pictures of, or, if it's broken, if it's if it's something they received. He didn't receive it, so that we couldn't give them any pictures. But anyway, I kept harassing the post office because I got the email telling me, well, we're sorry, we can't find it. We don't know where it is. And it had landed in Memphis. It was on its way to Kentucky, and it ended up in Memphis, and then it just didn't move from there. It was just in Memphis, just sitting there. And there was no movement. A couple weeks go by. I filed the claim. I got the email back after 4 days letting me know they couldn't find it. And I wrote back and I was like, this isn't okay. I need to know where this is or what happened to it, or, whatever. Anyway, find out more. I went snooping online, and I wasn't aware of this, and I never even really thought about it. The post office, all of the mail that's lost or undeliverable, they say it's undeliverable because, there's a zip code missing, or part of the address is wrong, or nobody would sign for the package, or whatever the reason is, and it doesn't get returned to the sender. All of the missing stuff that we're all missing, that no one ever gets, and, they didn't get their package, ends up at this place. And the post office, it's, I can't remember the name of the website, but it's an auction website. The post office is auctioning off all of this lost mail, and they get the money from it. So they're selling everything that they lose or they don't deliver, and they're making money off of all of our lost stuff. So that's awesome. Anyway, so I kept bothering them about this ferry because it was pissing me off. And finally, within like 3 days after them telling me it was just gone, I suddenly get an email because I had set up my thing to get tracking notifications for this particular tracking number, and it's moving again. But it went south. Instead of going from Memphis and heading east to Virginia, it went south, and I can't even remember where it went. But now it's gone back up to, I hope it doesn't go back to Memphis, because if it does, we'll never see it again. I can't remember where it went, but it's moving around, but it's not even heading to Virginia. It's like I saved a screenshot of all the places that it's been, and I'll probably share that on the screen too, just so you guys. It's kind of funny. I feel like this ferry's getting to travel around more than I have in the last 20 years, but yeah, she's seen a lot of places. And so I don't know if the customer is ever going to get this package or not. I already refunded him because I was getting tired of his incessant emails. You know, he's like, well, where do you think it could be? What do you think? Do you think I know where this package is? Like, I work for the post office, or I'm following it around to see where it is? Like, I know where this package is. What do I think? Do I have any thoughts? No, not really. I think that you should have chosen priority instead of parcel post, so that this would have insurance on it and they might pay more attention to it. Because when you ship something parcel post or ground, it's basically like, in my mind anyway, it's like, oh, here's a box full of garbage, let's see how fast we can get it there, and then they just sit on it, you know. If it's priority, they may worry about it a little bit more and about getting it where it's supposed to go, or you'd think they would worry about it, because there's insurance on it, first of all, so the post office is going to have to cough up money if it never shows up. Although you do have to prove the value of the item that's missing. So if it's an antique that, you know, you paid, if you're a reseller, you don't pay the actual value of the item that you're going to resell. You might spend $25 on something that's actually worth $150, you know, or more. That teacup that I sold, I think I paid $8 for that, and it was a $400 teacup, you know. So I'm not going to take $8 and in compensation from the post office because that's all I paid for it. No, it was worth to me and the customer. You know, if that had gotten lost, oh my God, I would have died. Anyway, and I don't know if that ever reached the customer either, because she has not left me feedback. I have no idea. And it went to a forwarding company in Washington, I believe, you know, near Seattle or something up there. It's a freight forwarding company, and they signed for it, and then I heard nothing. So, and it's been way beyond 30 days. So that one's long over with. I don't know if the customer ever got it. That was the most expensive item I've ever sold on eBay. I mean, that was a huge sale, and it totally saved my butt because I had some bills I needed to pay, and you know, so that was a great sale. Even though I ended up with about, it was like 280 after all the fees and the shipping and all that stuff. But still, that's a lot of money for something that I paid $8 for. So I wasn't going to complain. Anyway, back to this ferry thing. The guy was being a pain in the butt. And I'm like, dude, first of all, you paid $10 for this, okay? And it's like a $70 ferry. You got it because the arm was broken. You said you were going to fix it. I was like, great, that's great. Somebody's going to buy this. I don't have it sitting here anymore. Maybe he'll be able to fix it. His girlfriend will like it, blah, blah, blah. So he drove me nuts. And finally, I was just like, here, I'm going to give you your money back. So I gave him back his shipping, his cost for the item, all of it. And I'm still getting emails from this person. Anyway, and I'm like, dude, if it shows up there, it shows up there. If it doesn't, you got your money back. What do you want? I can't do anything else, you know? So, and if he gets it now, I'm screwed. Because I gave him his money back because I didn't want negative feedback. And I could see, just from the emails I was getting from this guy, I would have gotten negative feedback, even if it wasn't my fault. And the post office lost this package, box package, it's a package now. Anyway, if I wouldn't have given him his money back, I would have gotten negative feedback from this guy. I already know it. So I just wanted him to go away, and he still hasn't gone away. I'm getting all worked up again over this. Anyway, so that happened, and then I sold an item that I have showed you guys before in a previous video. It was this big tapestry that I got from the same place I got the teacup, and I paid up for this item. It was $100, but it was just gorgeous. And I'll post a picture in this corner up here. And anyway, I paid $100 for it. I thought this has got. I looking at the thing when I saw it at the thrift store. I knew it had to be worth a few $100s. You know, at least 200 or 300. And it was so pretty. And I was like, I'm just gonna take my chances. And there was really no way to look it up while people are standing around right in front of the cash register. So I paid $100 for it, and it sat here. And I had it for, I want to say about 3 months, which isn't horrible for, but that was $100 I had tied up for 3 months. And it's still tied up even though I sold the item because it has not been delivered. And it is now, I shipped it on Monday. I shipped it priority. It was sold through Poshmark, so it didn't go through eBay. And I will find out how good Poshmark's customer service is. So if something bad happens, you guys will hear about it, because I've sent Poshmark a couple of emails because, great, if the package doesn't show up for some reason, I'm sure they're going to refund the customer the $300. It was $300 sale. The $300 that they paid for this tapestry. But what about me? I'm out the money that I would have made. Not only am I out the 200. Well, I've had to pay a $60 commission to Poshmark, and then additional shipping because it was heavy. It was like 5 pounds over or something. So I had to pay extra shipping, another $13 in shipping. So so it was like a little over 200, after all the shipping and their fees and all that stuff. So that's fine. I doubled my money basically. So, but I'm going to be out that money unless Poshmark also covers the cost of the item for the seller. And I don't know if they do. And no one's answering me. They're not letting me know anything. So I don't know if I then would have to file a claim with the post office for the value of the tapestry. And then I'm going to have a hard time because the receipt that I got for that when I purchased it from the thrift store, I don't even know if I still have that receipt. I know I used my credit card for that purchase, but I also bought other things. So I've got to see if I scanned the receipt or because I know I was buying other things. It wasn't just the tapestry that I purchased. So I don't know how Poshmark handles any of that, but I'll update you guys if I find out anything. Okay, it's been almost half an hour. I've been yakking along. I don't know how much of this video is going to get edited out, but we'll find out. Anyway, so that's what's been going on with the shipping. And with priority, you have to wait 5 days to file a missing item claim so that they'll actually look for the item. When I look at the tracking for this thing, it doesn't show any movement since Monday when I shipped it. It shows that the post office had it. It shows that it left Phoenix Monday night, and that's it. And it's going somewhere in California. So there's been no movement, no tracking, nothing for this package since Monday, and I'm just waiting. And it was supposed to be delivered on Wednesday. Wednesday came and went. Then I was thinking, well, maybe it'll show up on Thursday. Thursday came and went. I've messaged my customer twice. I'm getting crickets from her, so I don't even know what's going on with her, but I have heard nothing. She's not responding to me, so I don't know if she's even checking her email, if she's even watching for the package, what's going on, because she hasn't written me at all, which makes me a little nervous also, because if she's not concerned about where it is, she may not get on Poshmark and let them know when she gets it that it's okay, because then they release my funds if it ever shows up. So I just don't, there's a lot of unknowns here right now, and it's causing me issues. So anyway, I'm going to move on to the stuff that I dug out of the garage, the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I did sell a couple things from this box that I had a votive, pumpkin votive candle holder. It was pretty good size, bright orange, brand new. I still had stickers on it and stuff, but I didn't sell it as new because I'd owned it. And I don't remember if I even ever had this on display, but I sold it for $30. I think I paid around $20 for it. So, you know, after fees and stuff, I basically made my money back. I've sold a couple movies, and this has all been since the beginning of July. I haven't sold a lot of stuff, but I've sold things here and there. I sold a gourmet popcorn tin, some electronic stuff, a vintage linen tablecloth that was huge, and it was cross-stitch design all around the edges and in the center. It was really pretty, but it was green cross-stitch, and most people don't care for just solid green. It didn't have any other colors in it, but I sold that for $40 and it had matching napkins. But it was a nice set. I'll maybe post a photo of it in the corner. It was it was very pretty, and it didn't look like it ever got used. So, I mean, there was nothing on it. The fabric still felt starched, for lack of a better, I don't know if it was ever even washed. So I sold that. I sold an ornament, a Disney collectible ornament, for $25. It was Bambi and Thumper. Pair of shoes, sandals, brand new, Skechers. Sold those. I sold a lot of 22 DVDs that were brand new. None of them had ever been opened. And I sold that they sold for $1 a piece plus shipping. So I didn't really make any money on that. Today I sold, or this morning, I sold this giant Oogie. It was Oogie from Nightmare. Pillow was his head. I'll put a picture on the screen. Big Oogie head, and it was kind of squishy. So I crammed it into a priority box, a large priority box, and that got shipped off this morning. Hopefully it gets where it's supposed to go. But, oh, that's the other thing. Because of this whole shipping fiasco, I got nervous about ground, you know, USPS ground shipping, and so I went through all of my listings on eBay, which I think I've got over 200 items. I don't have that much stuff in my store yet. I've got a little over 200 items listed, and I went through every single listing to see what kind of shipping I had. If it's first class or priority, I left it alone. And some of those you can tell just by looking at them because they weigh under a pound. So I know that those are going first class or priority automatically. But the stuff that's a little bit bigger, I had to go through every listing and change the shipping to priority only. I removed ground as a possibility unless it was something that was too heavy and priority was going to be like $50 or something, and then I changed it to UPS or FedEx. So my customers now can either get things through priority, or if it's something that's too heavy and I can't fit it in a priority box, a flat rate box, then it's going to have to go shipping FedEx or UPS, because I don't trust the post office anymore. And, you know, especially after this tapestry thing. And it's priority. I shipped the tapestry priority, and I still have to wait 5 days before I can file a missing package thing so that they'll actually, like, look for this thing. I'm so pissed off at them. And, you know, I don't know what to do now. You know, it's kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit when it comes to my reselling stuff. Like, I haven't felt like listing anything. I haven't felt motivated, because it's like, why bother if everything's just going to get lost when it's on its way to a customer? And if this kind of crap is happening in the summer when it's not even busy, how bad is their shipping going to be around the holidays? Like, it's going to be a nightmare, you know? So I don't even know if I want to ship through the post office anymore. And I was looking at UPS's prices, and for something that's 2 pounds in a 12 by 10 by 8 box, I just put a random size in, it's like $2 more to ship with UPS. And, and I'm thinking, well, you know, how do you explain to the customers? Because half of them don't read your descriptions. You know, like if I was going to switch and only send things through UPS, how do you tell people? Well, it's more for the shipping because I'm not using the post office because they suck, you know. Um, anyway, so I, I'm just not sure what, you know, what to do about it. I hope this tapestry is not also lost. And you know, I just don't know. I don't know what to think at this point. I really need to stop thinking about it, but it's like I'm all consumed with it. If it was just another $10 item, it would be annoying and I'd be irritated, but this is a $400 item. This item cost the buyer $400. They paid $400 for it and they still don't have it. And I shipped it on Monday and it should have been there in 3 days. And you know, and I'm powerless. I can't do anything about it. You know, I'm just at the mercy of the post office, you know. So, anyway, um, stuff that I have in this box is next. So, this is this little guy. I don't even remember where I got this. So, this may have been a gift. And it's Mope's plush Funko. It's a Funko thing. So it's Jack in a nightcap and some little jammies. It's cute. But again, whenever I do move out of here, I'm not going to display anything anywhere because if I have to move, I hate moving. And every time you move, you have to pack up all your crap. And I'm going to have all my eBay reseller stuff in totes. So that stuff will be packed for the most part, you know, ready to go if I have to move somewhere. But just my own personal stuff, I don't want a bunch of knickknacks. I don't want things on the walls that I have to, none of it. You know, I'm not going to have random stuff sitting around. But, you know, unless I'm selling it, I'm not going to have it. So, anyway, this little Jack guy is going to get listed soon. Probably this weekend. If anybody happens to see this and you want to buy that, let's see. Here is a Sally, and I don't know which one this is. Some of them, they have stuff with them in the box, but this one is just Sally. And it's the number 16. I had some other stuff in here. My hair's in a different kind of a bun today. Here's Jack. Snowman Jack. I don't know if these are going to show up very good. The glare is... I usually have a light on in front of me, and I didn't turn it on this time because I didn't want my glasses to glare too much, but anyway, there's Snowman Jack. Again, I'm going to try to get this stuff listed. I have to get motivated and stop letting this postal crap mess me up in the head, because then I can't get anything done. Here's the clown. Oh, I don't know if my screen just went black. I don't know why. Anyway, there's the clown from Nightmare. I don't know if he's got anything with him. Looks like he's got something in his hand. No, he doesn't. I can't tell. Yes, he does. He's got something in his hand, but I can't tell what it is. A bomb push-up? You know, the thing that you pushed up and down to set off a bomb, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember what he had in his hand in the movie. I'll have to watch it again. Anyway, so that's the clown. Scary clowns, something everybody wants in their house. Oh, here's a little zero. I'm pretty sure These were all gifts that I've gotten over the years. I do not remember buying these. And while I appreciate them, my daughter doesn't collect this stuff, and she's the one that would end up with everything when I croak, and or my granddaughter, and neither one of them has any interest in this stuff anymore. So Shauna, my daughter, never has been interested in Nightmare. My granddaughter was in love with Jack Skellington after she watched the movie for about 4 years. She was obsessed with Nightmare, and I had clothes for her. She had a little dress that looked like Jack Skellington's, outfit, and she even dressed as Jack one year for Halloween. So, she really liked the Nightmare stuff, but she grew out of it, and I don't have any use for any of this stuff anymore. And when I die, they're just going to have to get rid of it anyway, so I might as well get rid of it myself. So I've told my daughter, she said, that's kind of depressing. I told her a couple of years ago, I said, from now on, if you get me anything for my birthday, get me stuff that I either can, birthday, Christmas, whatever. Get me a gift card, or get me stuff that I can actually use, like a blanket or pajamas or something that I can use, that I'll use, and or something that you want to inherit, because when I croak, you're the one that's going to end up with all my crap, and I don't want her to have to go through what I'm going to have to go through when my mom's not here anymore, because this house is like a museum, and I'm not exaggerating. There is stuff in her closet from 1960s, like, just, it's unbelievable the stuff that's in this house. I don't know. Anyway, like, the cabinets in the kitchen are super deep, and the stuff in the front is stuff that she uses every once in a while, but everything beyond that is like, it's going to be a vintage cornucopia when she's not here anymore. But, and then the attic's full too, so that's going to have to get dealt with. I don't want to leave that for my daughter, so I'm getting rid of stuff now, and I'm going to go minimalistic, and that way nobody's going to have to deal with anything except for my eBay crap when I croak. So maybe she can take that over and make some money. Oh, here's Sally, and she's got a little basket. So that's this one. I don't know what's in the basket. Why is that fuzzy? My camera is not... Hello? I don't know why the camera's not adjusting. Probably because I don't have the light on, so it's just going to be a little bit fuzzy. Sorry. Anyway, she's got a little basket. I think it's the basket that she took. I don't know. Anyway, so those are all the pop vinyls. I think this is a picture frame. It's wrapped in a dish towel, because we were packing up all my stuff. My daughter came over to help me when I moved out of the 55 and over community. So this is a frame. My granddaughter's photos in there, but that's going to go. So this will definitely get sold used, but it's Jack, and this is Nightmare Before Christmas, and then there's the tree and the duck and the scary cat thing, and it's resin, so it's pretty heavy. So it's a very nice, there's the back of it, very well made, very nice frame. The detail is awesome on this, so that's going to go up for sale. Take the photo out of it, and that picture of her that you guys couldn't see because I tried to cover her up was taken when we all went to Disneyland. That was a disaster because it rained the whole time we were there. No parades, no fireworks, nothing. And it was her first trip to Disneyland. I was so sad. I was sad the whole time we were there, because she did not get to experience Disneyland like you should when you're a kid. It was awful. Oh, this is another one with her in it. I have to cover her face up because she'll have a stroke if she ever sees this video, and I showed her face on YouTube, or her parents actually would be the ones. This is a frame, another frame. That's her in her Jack outfit. This is back when she was going through her Jack Skellington phase. Anyway, it's Jack and Zero and another resin frame, so it's pretty heavy. But she's even holding her Jack doll that I got her. She took that thing everywhere with her. She was in love. I still got the price tag on this. This is one of the nightmare things that I found at Walgreens. In case you guys see this and you don't know already, starting in like October, Walgreens for the past, I don't know, at least 5 to 8 years has been carrying Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. And they get some really awesome stuff. And the prices aren't horrible. So check Walgreens in October if you didn't already know about that. Because they get some pretty decent, really cool stuff. Okay, and I think some of this stuff, this newspaper, this is going to be noisy. Some of this stuff came from there. Over the years, I would drag my granddaughter there and we would, go on a hunt to the different Walgreens because they didn't all carry the same stuff either. You could get different things at different Walgreens. So we would go to several different Walgreens and see what they had for Nightmare and then decide which things I wanted to buy. So this is a Jack Skellington goblet, wine goblet. And I believe the other one in here is Sally. I should have opened these before I started recording. Of course I didn't. So I wrapped this. I don't want to drop this. That would suck. Yeah, this is the Sally that matches this one. So there's Sally. And there's Jack. There we go. And the bottoms, they're in great shape. I really wish I had the boxes that these came in. And I know I had them because I saved the boxes for everything in the closet of the room. These were in a curio cabinet when I lived in the 55 plus place. All of the Nightmare stuff was in a curio cabinet. And I know I still had the boxes for these, but I think when my daughter was helping me pack stuff, she was throwing boxes out, and we were just wrapping these up because I didn't know at that time I was going to sell these. So yeah, I don't have the boxes for them, but I think I did have the boxes, and I'm kind of bummed now because they would sell. I wouldn't sell them as new, obviously, but they would still sell better if you have the box. And they're worth more if you have the box. So if you ever buy stuff that, I'm always going to keep this, I'm never going to get rid of it, save the boxes anyway, because if someday you ever decide to get rid of it, it will sell for more. And someday when you're not around and your children have to get rid of it, if they have the boxes, it'll be easier for them. Plus, the stuff's easier to ship if it's in its own box that it came in. It's usually protected a little bit more. These things I'm going to have to wrap really carefully when I sell them because I don't have the original boxes. So hang on to your boxes. If you have a closet with a shelf where you can save all your boxes, do it. So here's a resin Sally. She's heavy. Oh, she's standing on yarn, it looks like. I don't know. That's probably yarn. And I think if I grab the right one, nope, I'm grabbing the wrong one. I'm grabbing the mare. I have the mare. You can see the other side of his face if he was, the white part of his face is on the back. Anyway, so that's that. Yeah, these still have the prices on them. These were $15. I'm not going to sell them for that. I'm going to hopefully be able to make some money on them. I don't really want to break even. and you can't get these anymore. So, because I know these were at Walgreens, and it was at least 4 years ago that I bought these, or that I was given these. I think I bought these though because I don't think anyone would have given me that for a gift. And I know I have Jack in here somewhere. Come on. I don't want to drop anybody because these will definitely break. Yeah, here's Jack and Zero. And again, these are getting listed this weekend. So, he's too tall. I just thought these were awesome. They're in very, very good shape. Like I said, they were in a curio cabinet. They never got manhandled. And everybody still has their original price tag on them. So, you know, as an eBay seller, I know a lot of people pull the price tags off. I don't always, you know, if people are going to get bent because I'm charging more than what I paid for it, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Go ahead and get twisted if you want to. But I spent my money on this item however many years ago when I bought it. It has appreciated in value. Depending on what it is, there's a good chance the value has increased. And why shouldn't I make a profit, even if it's only $5, you know? And I don't mark my stuff up super high on eBay. I try to find other ones that are comparable, of the same thing. If I can't find exactly the same thing, I find something similar if I can. And, you know, I sell for around the same price everybody else's, or maybe a little bit less, because I don't want to gouge people, but I also am doing this to make money. So, anyway, there's those guys. What I just did with there. I think that was it for those. Then I have this snow globe. And the only reason I know I bought this, and the only reason I bought this one is because most of the Nightmare snow globes play weird music that has nothing to do with Nightmare Before Christmas. And every year my granddaughter and I would go to Walgreens and we'd try the snow globes because they always had them. But they never played the Nightmare songs. And I bought this one because it does. It plays the Nightmare song. So, how cute is that? Anyway, so there's the bathtub on the back. And this is another resin item. The water, the only problem with this is the water, they must have not, I don't know what kind of water they used or what kind of liquid they used in this globe, but it has left, and that mark is on the inside. So it's hard water. It looks like a hard water stain. I don't know what kind of water they used, but it's right there on that. So I'm going to have to show that in the listing. But anyway, the reason that I bought this snow globe is because it actually played Nightmare music, which was, we were so excited when I found this because, yay, it plays Nightmare music, and it wasn't just some random Halloween song or some kind of scary, weird Christmas song that you didn't even recognize. You know, and that's what it was, always. This was the first one, and of course I don't have the price tag on here, so I don't know. The year may be on here. I'll have to look. Anyway, so that's going to get sold. And there's only a few more things. I don't know if this is Nightmare or not. There's a couple of random things in this box that had nothing to do with Nightmare that ended up in here, and I don't know why. Oh, okay, my daughter made this for me. It's a clay Maleficent shoe. She baked it and painted it and did the whole thing. Anyway, so, yeah, she made this for me. So that will not get sold, obviously. It's the dragon head. It's the dragon's head and the horns The horns almost kind of look like ears, but these are the horns, but it's a shoe. So, very cute. But yeah, that's how that ended up in my nightmare box. I don't know. Probably because I had it in the curio cabinet and just ended up in there. Okay, there's only a couple more things. This is super awesome. I can't show you guys what it does. The eyes change colors. It has a battery thing in the bottom. It's like a nightlight thing, and you can when you turn it on, the eyes change colors, and so if it's dark in the room, it's kind of cool. I'll have to put batteries in it so I can do a little video when I list it on eBay. I don't know if you guys know about this or not, but eBay has a thing where you can upload videos. They're very picky about the videos, though, like the size and how long the video is and how many megabytes it is, and so you have to edit them for sure. Anyway, that's that jackknife. What is this? I think that's the shoe. I just put it there. I'll unpack that. Okay, I got two more things. I'm going to be done with this video. One is this Oogie, and I can't turn it on. There's no batteries in it. He dances around. So that's him. And I had another one that is Jack, that has long skinny arms, and he moves around, and I don't know where that one is. It's probably in another box in the garage, and I only found this box, so I rescued this one so that I could get some stuff listed. But anyway, so this Oogie will also get some batteries put in it so I can do a short video when I list it. This was never used. I did have it in my curio cabinet, but the tags were still on it. I don't know where the tag went for this, but the plastic thingy is still on his hand because I never cut the tags off. So I did play it a couple times just because it was funny, but it didn't get played with. So it's pre-owned, but not really used very many times. A couple of times just because it was amusing. And then I have this mare. So his head spins. And again, I don't have batteries in this, but he's still got his tags. So let's see, does it say how much? I paid $20 for him. But he's pretty awesome because he spins around and his head spins just like in the movie. There's his face on that side and on this side. So, and he's in very, very good condition. These things, again, all of them were in the curio cabinet, and my granddaughter isn't one of those kids that plays with her stuff. It's, since she's, wait, does he? Nope, I put batteries in. I pulled this the plastic thing that makes it so that he'll work. Anyway, so I'll have to put batteries in there, but she's an only child, so she's never been, very destructive. She's always been a little mature for her age, and she didn't destroy her things. And so when she would come to my house, she never played with any of the stuff that was in the curio cabinet. She never even asked. I would have to ask her, hey, do you want to see this thing? You know, and sure. And so then I'd show her, and she'd look at it, but she never asked, like, hey, Grandma, can I play with X, Y, or Z? Because if she had, I would have let her. Because I bought them mostly for her because she liked Nightmare, and I love it too, but you know, I bought these fun things because I thought, oh, maybe she'll play with them. She never had any interest in playing with them, so they were not played with, any of them. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. I'm going to try and get this Nightmare stuff listed over the weekend. And so if you happen to look in my store, these things should be in there. I guess that's it. I don't know. I will try to do an update if any of these missing items ever show up where they were supposed to. I'm trying not to worry too much because it's not going to do me any good. I can't, it's out of my hands, it's out of my control. I can't do anything about it. I have to change how I'm sitting because my back's starting to act up, so I'm going to move real quick. There's my dress real big so everybody can see it. Anyway, I try not to stress about it, but sometimes you just can't help it. So, whatever. Anyway, you guys can see my pile back there has I've got oversized things that won't fit in a box or a tote, and so those are all in that stack in the back there. Anyway, I guess that's it. It's almost the end of July. I can't wait till summer's over with and the weather gets a little bit nicer. So, you guys have a good weekend, and see you next time. Bye.